Hello, and welcome to another episode of Extinct Bricks Originals. And for this very special episode, we'll be featuring a tutorial video on the LEGO custom Allosaurus. This is again in collaboration with EB Toy Universe for Jurassic World Chaos Theory. Alright, so it's Chaos Theory season, and it's probably time to say goodbye to my old Allosaurus here. This is actually one of my very first customs here on this channel, and I think that the level of customization has already changed from this level to what I'm actually capable of doing at the moment. So I think that as much as I want to hold on to this memory, I already have a ton of memories with this, playing with it, but there's just a lot of things that we need to at least change to this figure to be able to come up with the perfect adult Jurassic World custom that I have. And since Chaos Theory has already been shown here on the channel, on Netflix, then here is my sketch of what I want to do with my old Allosaurus over here. That is my plan, at least. This is going to be a slightly larger figure than my Jurassic World Allosaurus. As you can see here, the head is slightly larger than this figure. So I think that this would actually make a perfect donor, and also a revision timely for my old Allosaurus. So again, thank you to my old Allosaurus, and now it's time for us to do the custom. So I'm also doing an Allosaurus, and this is my donor, my old Allosaurus. And here's my Allosaurus so far. Oops. As much as possible, I want to still use most of the parts of the previous or the original figure, because it means so much to me. And this is just about 90% of the figure. I had to replace a few parts because of functionality, but overall this is pretty much all of the figure. And now all we have to do now is sculpt the details. Alright, so putting in some progress on our Allosaurus. You can see here that we've sculpted most of the details on the head, and also followed through with the body, but it is around just 50% of the overall sculpting, because the other side is basically looking like the previous one. So just to compare, here's the previous look of the Allosaurus, and here is the new sculpt on our Allosaurus. And here's the completed sculpt of our Allosaurus. We're going to do a lot of wet sanding on this one, so that'll take a good several hours for me to complete, and then we're going to primer our Allosaurus. And we added several other details to our Allosaurus. Particularly, we changed the teeth, because when I was actually looking at the Allosaurus animatronic that was used for Battle at Big Rock, it actually had longer teeth on the lower jaw. Also, there were also other details such as spikes, and also large scales on the back of the Allosaurus, so we placed that. And here are the winners of our Guesses PC contest. We have 10 lucky picks. Here they are: Swollen-Headed Dragon, Edward Ho, Utah Venator, Ari Zapata, Tremendous Tessa, Bat, Eligorial Correa, Faceless Dino Nerd, CBO6, Orion Kroom. Congratulations everyone, and of our top 10 winners:
Top 10,
User SM
Top 9,
Tacos Dean Chilada,
Top 8,
Davian Robertson,
Top 7,
Cretaceous Bricks,
Top 6.
Hidden MV.
Top 5.
Kaiju bricks.
Top 4.
Prehistoric life.
Top 3.
Stony Overstreet.
Top 2.
Colton Todd.
And top 1.
Billy Bailey Marshall. Congratulations everyone, and I'll see you in the next Guesses PC contest. For those of you who'd like to join, here's how. Just click on the Extinct Bricks icon. It will lead you to the Extinct Bricks homepage, and the homepage just click on the community link to see all our posts. We have our Allosaurus here already primered up, and I think we're ready to paint on this one. Usually the waiting time or the drying time for a primer would sit around at about 2 to 4 hours, but since it's really hot here in the Philippines, it takes around just 1 hour. So let's go and start with this one. So we have different sizes of brushes over here. We also have acrylics and of course some water, and then yeah, so that would be all that we will be needing, including some markers also, which we will be using at the later end. And yeah, so let's begin painting this figure. So we're doing midtones first, and the reason why I'll tell you later. The Allosaurus actually has several layers of tones to it. There are yellows, there are also blues, and even greens on the figure. So the midtones are actually a mix of some greens and also a little bit of gray to it. So what I did is I mixed some unbleached titanium, mixed it with this light blue permanent, and then also add in some gray tones into it, and this is the color that we will be placing on the mid sections of the Allosaurus. So we'll be just doing this for the head, the body, the tail, and also some parts of the legs and also the arms. So the secondary color here would be a warmer tone of the first one that we did, and we're going to put that on the bottom parts of the figure, like so. And we're just going to dab in the transition points because somehow I want to have a little bit of design showing through. And then we're going to use a smaller brush like so, and then we're going to dab in small dots between transition line, and it's not gonna show really quickly, but when it dries up it's gonna be a ton of difference. So a tertiary color would be this lighter color of what we had on the bottom parts, and we're going to do some sections of this one in areas where the light would touch, and that would be raised areas on the head, also on the neck area, as well as on the rest of the body. So for now we're just doing the head here, and we're carefully dabbing in circular motions, but later on we're going to do this in with several more dot details using a smaller what do you call this, a brush, like so. And we're just going to do this on the other side as well. And for the primary color that I think that would actually change the overall look of this particular costume would be this dark gray blue color, and this is just a mixture of, what type of blue is that, cerulean blue and some black, and we added in the brownish colors over here just to mattify all of the blue black colors. And we're going to apply this on specific areas of the figure, including the head, the neck, the body, some parts of the legs as well, and including that of the arms and the tail. And now that all of the blue is laid down, it's time for us to add in much of the details on our Allosaurus. And in the Allosaurus, there's actually a bit of color on the lower sections of the creature, and this is a mixture of raw sienna over here and a little bit of brown as well as yellow ochre. So most of this color is actually situated in the lower sections of the Allosaurus. Sorry about that. The Allosaurus, and this gives that warmer tones to our figure. So it's not all plain, khaki and also blues to it. Like so. We're just going to dab. Here it is after we placed on those brownish details. All we need to do is put that on the other side. So continuing on with some of the details on our figure, we have noticed that there would be darker spots on the figure in the lower sections. So this will be the color that we will be painting on when it comes to putting on these details. And oops, I think I overdid it, but anyways, we'll be correcting that on the other side. And like I said in most of my video tutorials in how to make or how to custom some of my dinosaurs, what you need to do is, if you have certain imperfections in your sculpt, once you go through the details, this would be the time that you can probably cover those up. Alright, so using this darker shade of blue that we created for this section, this will also be the same color that we'll be painting on individual scales of our Allosaurus here. So it makes it more fearsome because there are dark elements on the figure. So I suggest if you want something that would be more on the darker side, if you're painting a villain, dinosaurs, things like that, then this is something that probably you can do. Paint on a basic color and then highlight and not highlight but dark light some of the parts of your figure, so it makes it more gruesome and uglier, I guess. And for the other details, the large spikes on the Allosaurus back would be painted pure black. So we're just carefully painting in all the sides, so don't forget to turn your figure every now and then so that you'll see that you haven't missed any parts or any areas where you need to paint on the figure. I actually do that every now and then, especially when I'm already doing some of the details, because this is where I can cover up some of those that could be missing, that I have probably left off in the process. So you can do that also. One of the important details that the Allosaurus would need to have would be a violet tongue. So we're just painting this violet on our Allosaurus. Alright, so one of the final details that we need to incorporate into this particular figure would be fine marginal lines that would meet the darker portions and also the khaki portions of the figure. So we don't need to over or line everything. It's just that probably certain parts of the figure would be just enough so that it would provide highlights on on the figure, and it gives that likeness to the already dark figure that we already have here. Alright, and that would be probably it for the tutorial video on our Allosaurus. I'll see you on part 2. Please tune in for that. Probably on Saturday we'll be uploading that. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this and also learned something from it. Also, please do not forget to support our other channels, Toy Universe, The Adventures of Moira and Usher, and Tito Mike's Kitchen. Please watch their videos and support their channel by subscribing, guys. And as we always would say, let your inner dino brick roar! Thanks everyone, and bye!